4 sifat which we can also emulate to our standard, and we will benefit as well. And that is known as, you can say, it is known as futuwa. It was said about Hazrat Ali, La fata illa Ali, that there is no one perfection in nobility as reached by Sayyidina Ali Karramallahu Wajhul Kareem in this particular aspect. Obviously, the overall status of Sayyidina Abu Bakr, Umar, Usman, Rizwan Ajmain is high, but there are certain things which they outstand, which they don't have. They have, for example, the closeness to the family, the blood relation with the Prophet ﷺ, which they had, no one other had. Because one is narrated that once either Sayyidina Imam Hassan or Hussein radiyallahu ta'ala anhuma, they were playing with children, and the son of the Caliph, Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu, Abdullah bin Umar, was also a child, and like children are playing, and they differed over something, toys or whatever they're playing. It was very young, like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years old children. And Sayyidina Imam Hassan said to Abdullah bin Umar, now 3, 4 years old child, that you are our servant. Because he used to serve. His father used to, Hazrat Umar was the servant of the Prophet ﷺ. So he said, you are our servant. Now, as Abdullah bin Umar was also a child, he thought, why is he saying that? So he came to his father, Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. He said, "Oh my father, Umar min Amir al-Mu'mineen, Sayyidina Umar bin Khattab, today we were playing and Hassan have said, we are their slaves, we are their servants." Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu said, "Really? Is that true? Really he has said like this?" He said, "Yes." He said, "Call him." So he was called and he said, "Oh, Hassan or Hussein, you really said that we are your servants, we are your slaves?" They were silent, and Hazrat Umar radiyallahu anhu said, "Please write or sign this paper and write on it that we are your servants, because this will be enough for us to be forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If someone is considered the servant of Ahlul Bayt, the servant of Sayyidina Imam Hassan and Hussein, if we are his khadim," he said, "it, and they accept us as their servants, it is the greatest honor for us actually to be forgiven." So imagine the love they had actually for the Ahlul Bayt, the Sahaba Ikram Rizwanul Ajma'in. Obviously they were enemies, they were munafiqeens, and they were enemies of Islam who tried to harm them. But the true Sahaba Ikram Rizwanul Ajma'in and all of the Ummah of the Prophet ﷺ loves them, and the Prophet ﷺ emphasized that loving them is loving me and hating them is hating me. Anyway, coming back to the 4 noble qualities which Sayyidina Imam Hassan was a manifestation of those 4 qualities. And they are the complete, you can say, concept of fatuwa, a spiritual maturity. Spiritual maturity. A person who wants to be, many of you are, say, we are baligh physically, but one is to be a baligh spiritually. So many people are still, they are now in their 30, 40, 50 ages, but are you spiritually also, your age has increased or not? जिस्मानी तौर पर तो बंदा बालिग है, क्या रूहानी तौर पर भी बालिग और जवान हो गया कि नहीं? बस वो जवानी और है. That is something else. That is 4 of these things which were displayed and shown in the life of Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, which Sayyidina Ali Karramallahu Wajhul Kareem instilled, and he himself was in flesh and blood a model of these four. Number one, they said that a person who reaches spiritual maturity, fatuwa, in Arabic is called fatuwa, spiritual maturity, spiritual, जो बंदा जिस्मानी तो बालेगा, जब रूहानी बालेगा उसके लिए चार उसके अंदर सिफात हों, तो उसका मतलब है कि वो रूहानी तो पर बालेगा, he is mashallah pious, a righteous man. You and me both can check. We can check. And what is that? You see, when we are living with people, living with friends, there are people who are against us, they're enemies, they're friends. And sometime what happens is we get the upper hand upon our enemies, upon the one who have wronged. We get an upper hand, we can punish them if we want. So we become the stronger. And we overwhelm them now, we can punish them, we can finish them off, or we can actually defeat them. We have full power, sometimes we overpower. And that happens. So say that one of the signs of spiritual maturity is that when you are able, when you have power to punish and the enemy is under your control and you can defeat someone easily, now you've reached that point, at that time forgiving the person. At that time. One is forgiving when you are not able to take revenge or avenge. You say, oh, I have forgiven the person. Now what can you do except either forgiving or keeping grudge in your heart because you can't actually take any action. But the real nobility comes when you are able to do something, harm the other person in a way, but you still forgive when you are harmed. This can be in a relationship, this can be in a spouse relationship, this can be in family, this can be in many, many other ways, that when you have this ability, Allah gives you power over someone to punish, the thankfulness, thanking Allah for that is to forgive the person. That is the thankfulness for it. And this was present in Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiallahu ta'ala anhu. Imagine, our people say, oh, this person have wronged me, this person have done. When he was poisoned, because the enemies of Islam, they hired a woman and they tried to actually get her married to Imam Hassan and then harm him. So they married, she came, a rishta came, he married her. But they had a plan. So once he got up for wudu and he used to drink water after wudu at his own home, one of his wives who participated in the conspiracy, and because of greed with the enemy, she put poison in the water. The Imam drank that water, he vomited blood. Sayyidina Imam Hussain came, radiallahu anhu. A family gathered. Now there was no other witness except himself. Although it was known as such, but without witness you cannot punish anyone. So Imam Hussain knew that Hazrat Imam Hassan knows who has done this. So he said, oh my brother, please tell me who has done this, so that they can face the justice. Sayyidina Imam Hassan radiallahu anhu, in spite of knowing, he could take revenge from her by just mentioning her name or the name of the person or this person. So he had the power, but he did not name. He said, I do not want any chaos, anyone harmed because of me. My death is imminent, is coming by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I have forgiven the one who have done this to me. And he passed away. So it's not that actually we are saying, oh, my husband has done this, my brother has done this, oh, my friend has done this person. It's easy. We experience every day, little bit of things. We divorce each other from relationships and from family and from nikah and other things. Oh, she's done this and that's done this, etc. This is spiritual maturity. This is spiritual maturity. On the other hand, the person might say, I am praying, I am haji, I read so much namaz, I go in dawah, I am very great muballigh, I am scholar, I am a peer or whatever. And their condition is that they can't forgive one person, whilst they don't have fully power over them as well. They just want to take revenge and want to just pull legs and take whatever they can. And then on the other hand, they think they are someone good person. They are good person. They are not good person. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, خَيْرُكُمْ خَيْرٌ لِأَهْلِ. The one best amongst you is the one who is best with the family, with the close people. Who can do more harm than this women who did to Sayyidina Imam Hassan? But he's still having the power to punish. The government is saying, we will punish him. The system is saying, his brother was saying, mention, but he's still forgiven. And we have nothing, and we just want to, in a very mean way to actually punish people in different ways. What is their right? We are not giving them so that they are tortured. So they have a hard time. It's like there was a canal, water was flowing in this canal, and on the other hand, some animals, fox and wolves, they were drinking water. And on this side, there was this person standing. Now, he has nothing to do with those animals. They are coming from the jungle drinking water, and he is there, but he is shouting at them loudly, and making funny noises to scare them. Another person passed away. He said, my brother, why you are doing this? I don't see, you are not hunting or anything. No, actually these animals, actually you have anything to do with them. They are drinking water. You can't harm them. Why are you just making these noises? He said, well, at least they won't drink water calmly. At least they won't be able to drink water with peace of mind and calmly because they are hearing my voice. So some people have this mentality, they can't harm, but still they do try to make other people's life difficult. And this is the quality, noble quality which one should possess, that when one even have the power, it's a personal matter. If you are spiritually mature, if you cannot, then it seems you are not spiritually mature. Then you need to work more. Then you need a teacher, a sheikh or a murshid who can work on you so that you can actually. तो एक निशानी रूहानी बालिग होने की ये है कि जब किसी दुश्मन पर या किसी मुकाबले जिससे मुकाबला हो रहा हो उस पे गलबा मिल जाए बंदे को तो माफ़ कर देना जब गलबा मिल जाए। इस शुक्रिया में कि अल्लाह ने गलबा दे दिया आम ज़ाती मामलात में। तो ये सैयदना इमाम हसन रज़ियल्लाहु ताला में बड़ी ऊंची सिफत थी कि आपको जिसने जहर दिया आप चाहते तो उसका नाम ले सकते थे, लेकिन आपने हज़रत इमाम हुसैन रज़ियल्लाहु अन्हु की दरख्वास्त पर भी, अपने भाई की दरख्वास्त पर भी नाम नहीं बताया और फरमाया मैंने उसको माफ़ कर दिया है, वल्लाह जाने उसका काम जाने। तो मैं नहीं चाहता मेरी वजह से कोई फितना या कोई आजमाइश जो है वो आए किसी पर। تو آپ نے وہاں. تو میں یہ عرض کر رہا تھا اس زبان میں کہ ہمارا کیا رویہ ہے کہ کر بھی کچھ نہیں سکتے اس بندے کی طرح جو وہ کہتا ہے بھائی دوسری طرف جو ہے نہر کے کنارے گیدڑ پانی پی رہے ہیں اور وہ شور کر رہے ہیں. تو کسی نے کہا کہ کیوں اللہ کے بندے شور کر رہے ہو, تم کچھ بگاڑ تو سکتے. تم نے کیا پانی تو رام نال نہیں نہ پین لے, پانی تو رام سے نہ پئیں گے. تو ہمارا تو یہ ذہن ہے بعض دفعہ کہ کر بھی کچھ نہیں سکتے پھر بھی اپنا آپ دکھاتے ہیں. اور روحانی بالغ ہونے کی نشانی یہ ہے کہ جب پورا طاقت غلبہ پورا ہو اور پھر بھی معاف کر دینا اللہ کی رضا کے لیے, یہ ہے. اور یہ سیدنا امام حسن رضی اللہ عنہ